This should be a very interesting teaching for you today. Most of us, we have been taught that, your enemy is the devil, and you just got to watch out because he's always out to get you, and and that you really don't have any victory over him. I mean, what can you really do with the devil? Can't see him, you can't feel him. I mean, he's some spiritual entity. But I want to take a look at something that Jesus dealt with and something that he had to be confronted with in Matthew chapter 4. We're going to start reading in verse 1. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Now, I want you to understand that when he's talking about this particular temptation, the temptation was in his flesh. And the temptation came so that Jesus would turn from his inner man to being led by his outer man, which at that time was hungry. The temptation in the flesh becomes the voice of the devil for you. See, you're not fighting some spiritual entity somewhere. What you're really dealing with is trying to keep your flesh under the control of your inner man. When a man knows how to cause his flesh to obey his inner man, which is his real person, the spirit part of him, then you are free from temptation. You're free from sickness, free from disease, free from all of that other stuff that comes from the curse. When we begin to know how to exercise our authority from the inside. So when you think of the devil, don't get caught up in, someone wearing a red suit and a pitchfork and a tail, pointed and all this, and is just out there trying to hiss at you all the time. No, think of your outer man. If you can conquer the outer man and get the outer man to look inward, you would have whooped the devil. No doubt for sure. Think about that today.